Hey everybody! Thanks for joining me today. Today we will be doing yoga. So get ready for some great stretching. So we're going to go ahead and start on our mat. All right, so you can be barefoot, you can have your socks on, you can have your shoes on, whatever's most comfortable for you. We're going to start out just in mountain pose and get used to that breathing. So I want you to let those shoulders sink down. Your feet are grounded into your mat. So think about pushing your foot, all of your foot down into the mat, and your arms are resting here at your sides, palms facing forward, mountain pose. And with yoga here, we're going to breathe in and out through the nose. That's just going to keep that heat moving through your body. So think about inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Nice and tall, chest lifted. And now as we take that deep breath in, let's reach the arms up and then lower the arms all the way back down to the sides. Excellent. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, we lower down. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, we lower down. Excellent. Let's bring the palms together at the heart center, sinking those shoulders down. Then I want you to take your stance and place it out a little bit wider. So have your heels about a little bit more than hip width apart, and then turn your toes out to the sides. And we're coming into that sunflower stretch. So as we come up, we bring the thumb together with the thumb at the top. And now as we exhale, the arms lower down. We bend the knees, go down as far as is comfortable for you, pinky to pinky here. So inhale, we lift up. Exhale, we sink down. Inhale, we lift up. And exhale, we sink down. Very nice. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up. And exhale, lower down. Good. Inhale, lift up. And then let the arms sink all the way back down to the side. Shoulders relaxed. Bringing those feet now again so that they're hip width apart, nice and tall, back in that mountain pose position for just a moment. And then we're going to inhale and lift up again. Now as we exhale, let one arm drop and the other arm tips over to the side. So feel that stretch here all the way through the side of your body. Excellent. Breathing in and out through the nose. And see if you can tip a little further to the side and really focus on that reach up. Good. And then we come back to center and that arm sinks back down to the side. We take that deep breath in again with our other arm now and tip over. Again, stretching out now through this side of the body, breathing in and out through the nose, letting this hand reach down towards the floor. Let's see if you can tip over just a little bit more and reach. Excellent. We come back to center. And lower all the way back down. Very good. I'm just going to turn and face this way so I can do my series along with you guys here. So we're going to come back into that deep breath in, reaching the arms up, but now we're going to come into forward fold as we exhale. So as the arms lower down, I want you to hinge forward from the hips and then let the arms come down. Now they can either rest on your thighs, on your shins, they can hang down, or they can touch all the way down to the mat, okay? So we're going to be here in forward fold. So let the head sink down. So the crown of your head is sinking down towards the mat. Again, you're breathing in and out through the nose here. And now from here, we're going to come into flat back position. So raise the head up and make that back into a nice flat back position. So keep gazing forward And then your arms again can rest here on your thighs. They can rest down on your shins, or they can hang down here. And then we're going to sink down again into forward fold. Head drops down, hips push up towards the ceiling. And then from here, we're coming into chair pose. So I want you to bend your knees and then push your hips back behind you as you raise your chest up. And then your arms are going to reach forward with those shoulders sinking down. Excellent. From here, now I want you to push off from those heels, stand up tall, reach the arms up, tip the head back if you'd like to add a little bit of a back extension. And then the arms are going to reach all the way down again to the sides and then come back into prayer position here at the heart center. Excellent. Now we're going to go through that series a few more times at a little bit faster pace here. So let's inhale and lift up. And exhale, we come into that forward fold. Inhale, we lift up to flat back. Exhale, we sink down to forward fold. Inhale, we come into chair pose. Sink the shoulders down. Exhale, hold. Inhale, we push off from the heels. We lift up. And exhale, the arms sink to the sides and the palms come together at heart center. We're going to go through that 2 more rounds. Here we go. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, sink down. Inhale to flat back. And exhale, sink down to forward fold. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale, we hold. Inhale, we push from the heels, we lift up. And exhale, the arms sink to the sides and the palms come together. 1 more time through. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale again to forward fold. Inhale to chair pose. Hold it here. Inhale, push off, lift up. And exhale, arms come to the sides. And we hold at heart center. Very nice. Take a couple breaths now here. Then we'll move on. So inhale, we lift up. Exhale, come back to forward fold. Now place your hands all the way down on the mat. So bend your knees here if you need to do so. So you can step back into your plank pose. Okay, so your hands are right underneath your shoulders. You're on your toes, or you can be on your knees here if you choose. Think about engaging through your core. You're looking just slightly forward to keep that cervical spine neutral. Excellent. Now, knees go down onto the mat, and you push your hips back to come into child's pose. So your arms are out in front of you, and you're sinking your hips down onto your heels. From here, we're coming into what's called the half series. So as we inhale, we're going to shift our weight forward to come into a kneeling plank position. We're going to exhale and go down to crocodile. So tuck your elbows in and lower yourself all the way down to the mat. From here, we inhale, we push up into mini cobra, or you can come up a little bit higher if you choose. And then exhale, you're going to shift those hips back again to child's pose. Okay, so let's do that series a few more times. Inhale, forward to kneeling plank. Exhale, we lower down to crocodile. Inhale, we lift up to cobra. And exhale, we push off and sit back. Inhale, forward to kneeling plank. Exhale, we lower down. Inhale, we lift up to cobra. Exhale, we push off and we sit back to child's pose. Inhale, forward to that kneeling plank. Exhale, we lower down to crocodile. Inhale, up to cobra. Shoulders stay pushed down. Exhale, sit back. Good. And one more time through. Inhale, forward to kneeling plank. Exhale, we lower down. Inhale, we come up to cobra. And exhale, we push off and sit back in child's pose. Very nice. And I want you to hold here in child's pose, and we're going to come into a shoulder stretch. So I want you to turn the palm up on one hand and slide it underneath the other. Now lean into that shoulder as you look underneath your arm. Hold this stretch. Breathing in and out through the nose. And then we slide that arm out and place it back out front. And the other palm turns up and slides underneath, leaning into the shoulder and looking underneath the arm. Excellent. Slide the arm out, place it back out front. We're going to shift our weight forward slightly so we can tuck our toes under and come into downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, we want our hands and our feet to be evenly pushed down into the mat. Let your head drop down between your arms and your hips are up towards the ceiling. Your heels are sinking down towards or to the mat. From here, we're coming into walking the dog. So I want you to bend your knee on one leg and push your heel in on the other. And then switch sides. And continue switching back and forth, pushing one heel down towards or to the mat and then the other heel. And you can go at your own pace here, whatever feels great to you. Continue breathing in and out through the nose. Now push your heels back down into the mat. Excellent. Now we're going to bring that right foot forward to place in between the two hands. Okay, so to do so, you're going to raise your right leg up towards the ceiling and then swing it forward in between your two hands. Your other option is to lower down onto your knees and then just bring your foot forward in between your two hands. Okay? We're going to stay in this low lunge position. So the wider your base is here from your heel to your knee, the more challenging, more stretch it'll be. Okay? So here, I want you to push your hips forward and then come up with your hands on that front thigh. Just gently placing here, chest lifted, shoulders down. You should feel that stretch on your back leg, in the front part of that back leg, so at that hip flexor. Now you can remain here, or the arms can reach up towards the ceiling, sinking the shoulders down. And if you lean back, you'll get a deeper stretch through that hip flexor. Now bring the palms together and then lower them down to your heart center. And we're going to come into prayer twist here. So we're going to turn and drop our elbow down onto the outside of the thigh. The palms are together as we raise that elbow up towards the ceiling. Nice. Working on our balance. Now that lower hand is going to drop down on the inside of your foot, and the other arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling. Excellent. Now, if you would like more, you can tuck your toes under on that back leg and extend it all the way. Completely up to you here. Do what feels good to you. Excellent. We're going to lower the hand down, lower your knee down, and then swing that right foot all the way back. We're going to come back into downward facing dog again. So remember, hands and feet are evenly pushed down into your mat. Your heels are sinking down towards or to the mat. Hold here, breathing in and out through the nose. Now we're going to bring that left foot forward. So remember, again, you can either raise the leg up and then swing it forward in between the two hands, or lower down onto your knees and then take a big step forward. Either way, that left foot should be at the front part of the mat, knee on top of ankle, and then you're going to drop that knee down on the right. And then lift that chest up, hands resting on that front thigh, and then push your hips forward so you feel that stretch through that hip flexor. Shoulders down, breathing in and out through the nose. Taking that deep breath in, we reach the arms up, and then we sink back. If you'd like a little bit deeper stretch through that hip flexor. Good. Palms come together, and we're going to lower the palms to the heart center. Now I'm going to turn away from you here, but you're going to twist and drop that elbow at the outside of the thigh. The palms stay together, and remember, we raise that elbow up towards the ceiling. Your bottom hand is going to drop down to the mat at the inside of your foot, and your other arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Now you can remain here. If you want more, you can tuck the toes under and extend through that right leg. We're going to lower the hand down, lower the knee down, and then again, bring that leg back so you're in now an all fours position. And then let's go back to that child's pose again. So shift the hips back and walk the hands out front. Drop the head down. Focus on your breath here, breathing in and out through the nose. Now I want you to take both hands and walk them over towards me. So towards the screen, and then shift the hips the opposite direction. And then walk the hands to the center, and then the hands are going to go the other way this time. And again, the hips go in the opposite direction. And walk the hands back to center. I want you to walk your hands now towards your knees, and then tuck your toes under and roll yourself back onto your toes. Good. Hold here for just a moment as we stretch through those calves. And then slowly push off. Let your heels sink down. Put your hands on your thighs as you roll that body all the way up. Sink the shoulders back and hold again just for a moment in that mountain pose. Get your breathing back in and out through the nose. Ground your feet back down into the mat. Chest lifted. We're going to move on to our warrior sequence. So again, I'm going to turn and face the opposite direction so you can see. But again, you're in that mountain pose first. Okay, now bring your one leg back behind you. Okay, so your front leg, your toes are going to face forward. And then your back leg, your toes are veering off to the side. And your hips are going to face that same direction. Okay, now open your arms out to the sides. And then shift your weight towards the bent knee. And bend that knee so your knee is on top of your ankle. Excellent. Now turn and gaze towards your hand here. And hold here now in warrior. Focus on your breath. Good. And now bend your elbow and lower your forearm to your thigh as your arm raises up towards the ceiling. And we hold here in side angle pose. Now you can look forward. You can look down at your mat. You can turn your head and look up at your fingertips. Whatever feels best for you. And if you want more, the bottom arm can reach down towards the mat. Now give yourself a little push off so you can come back into warrior. And then we're coming into reverse warrior. So your back arm is going to lower down onto your thigh. Palm up on the front arm. And it reaches back, shoulders down. As we lean back and look up at the fingertips, keeping that front knee bent. And then come into reverse triangle. So all we're going to do is straighten through that front leg and lean further back if you can. Now keep the legs straight and open your arms out to the sides. We come into triangle pose, so we're leaning and then sinking. Hand on the leg wherever it feels comfortable or down on the mat, and the other arm again extends up towards the ceiling. Think of a straight line from fingertips to fingertips. And then push off and slowly make your way back up and let your arms sink down. Excellent. We're just going to turn the feet now, so we're in the opposite direction. Okay? So again, toes facing forward, and the other toes are facing to the side. Turn the hips so we're also facing to the side. Open the arms out. Bend the opposite knee down than you did the last time, and we're in warrior. We're going to turn and look at those fingertips. Holding strong. Shoulders sink. And now we come into side angle. So we bend the elbow. Forearm lowers down. The other arm lifts up towards the ceiling. Nice. Now again, we can look forward. We can look down at the mat. We can tip the head and look up at the fingertips. And if you would like more, you can extend through that front arm and lower it down towards or to the mat. Gentle push off to come back to warrior. And then we come into reverse warrior. So the hand lowers down onto the thigh, front hand palm up. Lean back, shoulders down, front knee stays bent slightly. Holding here in reverse warrior. And then we move on to reverse triangle. So we straighten through the the front leg, and lean further back. Keeping both legs straight, we open the arms out to the sides and we come into triangle pose. Leaning and then sinking. Other hand lifts up. And again, hand can be on the front of the thigh, on the shin, on the mat, fingertips to fingertips. Breathing in and out through the nose. Slowly we push off. Lower the arms down. Good. Turn both your feet so that they're facing forward. And then slowly bring the feet back in so that they're hip width apart again. Nice. We're going to move into tree pose, which is our balancing exercise. Okay, so I want you to ground one foot down into the mat. The other foot is going to come up like a kickstand, so your heel comes up against that leg. Okay? Palms come together, and we sink the shoulders down. Now, if you want to remain here, you can. Otherwise, that leg's going to come up and rest on the leg. So underneath the knee, or if you'd like, you can bring that heel above the knee. So do what's most comfortable for you. And then we're going to raise those arms up like they're swaying in the wind. And we bring the palms together back to the heart center. And then let that leg lower back down onto the mat. And we're just going to switch to the other side here. So opposite leg now grounds. Again, we start with that kickstand to get us balanced and ready. Core engaged, palms together. Now again, you can remain here, or you can bring that foot up onto the other leg. So heel underneath the knee or heel above the knee. Arms come up, Shoulders relaxed. And the palms come back to heart center as we slowly lower that leg all the way down. And then the arms rest again down at the sides. Excellent. I'm going to come to my front part of my mat and take that deep breath in. And then exhale, coming into forward fold. Good. Now drop your hands all the way down to the mat. So if you need to bend your knees here, you certainly can do so. And then you're going to come into an all fours position. Good. Okay, so gazing slightly forward, hands underneath the shoulders. I want you to come into cat and cow. So inhale and round the back. Exhale as we sway the back. Inhale, we round. Exhale, we sway. Inhale, round. Exhale, we sway. And then come back to neutral position. Excellent. We're going to go ahead and lie down on our stomach here. And I want you to prop up on your elbows. So your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Lift tall, let your shoulders sink. You're holding here now in a mini cobra. If you would like more, you can come up higher if you choose into a cobra stretch. And then if you still need more, just walk your hands further towards you. Good. And then slowly come down and extend your outside arm all the way out in front. Your opposite leg is going to bend. So you're going to bring your heel in towards your glutes here. If you can, take your hand, reach back, grab onto your ankle, and bring that heel further in towards you. Now think about pushing the front of that thigh into the mat. So get a nice stretch in the front of your thigh in the quadriceps. And then release and lower. And then let's switch to the other side. So the opposite arm reaches, the opposite leg, heel comes into glute, reach back and grab on, and pull the heel in further towards you. And if you can't reach back to grab on, that's fine. You can just bring that leg in towards you. You'll still feel that stretch in that quadriceps. So again, sink that thigh down into the mat. And then release the hold and lower it down. Now place your hands underneath your shoulders. Push off to lift yourself up. You're going to come into a seated position as we come into butterfly pose. So you're going to bring your feet together and your knees open out to the sides. Okay? So think about lifting nice and tall through the chest, hands on your ankles or on your toes. Keep that torso up or the chest up tall as you lean slightly forward. We're still breathing in and out through the nose. Excellent. Sit up tall. Now bring your feet a little further away from you. Let your toes come apart, but keep your heels together. And then lean forward again, but this time let your head drop round through the back and sink down. Roll back up, sink the shoulders down, and we come into boat pose. So bring both feet up. So you're in this position here. Hands are at your thighs, or excuse me, at the back of your thighs. Or if you'd like, you can place them on your shins. You can extend your legs up if you choose. So you're holding here in our boat pose. Excellent. Hold that position. Just going to turn my timer off here. And then lower down out of your boat pose and let your heels sink back down onto the mat. We're going to do just a couple more stretches and then lie flat on that back doing our corpse pose for the last minute or so. So hang with me if you can. Lower back down. Very good. All right, heels are placed onto the mat, knees are bent. Now bring both knees in towards you. Place your hands on your shins. Gently just rock yourself here from side to side. Nice lumbar rock back and forth. Now extend both legs up towards the ceiling. Excellent. Place your hands at the back of the thighs or at your calves or at your ankles as you gently bring your legs towards you. Feel that stretch through the back of the legs. Now open the feet away from each other and then bend your knees and bring your knees down towards your armpits. Place your hands at the back of the thighs again, gently bringing your knees in towards you. Or if you like, you can place your hands on the outside of your shins or even reach up to the outside of your ankles as you bring those knees down towards your armpits. Holding here in happy baby. So again, if you like, you can rock yourself from side to side. Hold still. Release the hold with the arms. We bring the legs back together. We slowly lower one leg and then the other. And then let the legs extend. And the arms rest down at your sides. And we're just going to hold here in corpse pose. So I want you to clear the mind here. Just focus on your breathing. Breathing in and out through the nose. Letting your body just melt into the mat. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Then when you're ready, bring your heels back onto the mat and then drop both feet over to your right. Let your body roll to the right and push off to bring yourself up to that seated position. Put your legs in a comfortable position for you, sitting up tall. Take a deep breath in, reaching the arms up, palms together, and exhale as we lower the palms to the heart center. And namaste. May the light that shines in me salute the light that shines in you. Have a super rest of your day. Thanks for coming. See you next week.